Welcome everybody to Bucks and Ducks, brought to you by the Wild Faith Podcast. My name is Evan Bungham, and I have my co-host Luke Timmons with me here today. Today we're bringing you a brand new segment that is similar to the Check-In, Chasing the Rut, and Turkey Talk. We wanted to give you guys something fresh and new before we get to Chasing the Rut later into October. This is a segment that we're going to be talking about hypothetical scenarios, gear breakdowns, and situational things that we would do in the field. But without further adu, Luke, how are you doing today?
Good, man. It's August. It's crazy.
August. It's time's flying by.
Yeah, we're leaving for Glacier on the 14th, and I have packed 0 things. So I'm sure it'll be a fun week of packing. But yeah, less than 2 weeks. So that's exciting.
That's exciting, man. That'll be a fun trip. I think our travel agenda for us, we're kind of done. I'm just patiently twiddling my thumbs until bow opener on the 13th, which is cool. This is the first time in a long time that we've had one as early as the 13th here in Minnesota. So that should be
a few
fun.
Days early. Nice.
And I think Wisconsin's the same, right?
Yep.
Okay. Nice. So first question, and we're going to do one question for each segment, keeping this kind of short and sweet. Just wanted to give you guys something for your Monday drive. So first one I got for you, Luke. What is the most underrated duck item in your blind bag?
I'd probably say right now, being that it's going to be early season, I would go with a Thermacell.
Ooh.
Because it could be pretty buggy.
Okay. Is there, I guess I have an old Thermacell from, oh boy, it's probably got to be 6 years old at this point and still works. Do you have a newer one, or is there anything new that they've come out with, or is it just kind of the same tried and true Thermacell?
The one that's like a rectangular shape. So
yeah,
it helps as long as there's no wind.
Nice.
And it's kind of useless.
Dude, that's such an essential piece of kit, I would say. I mean, it's cool now that they've created, some companies have created those impenetrable, breathable barriers for mosquitoes for clothing and stuff. But Thermacell is pretty handy.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to go with baby wipes, but that's my go-to. So I figure I'd change it up.
Yeah, that seems to be everybody's go-to. We've had a couple people comment on that. It's yep, can't forget TP.
When nature calls, you got to answer. Yep. But no, I would say, probably a Thermacell. Got out on the boat this morning with Dad and was ripping around and doing some filming and stuff. So it was fun to get out there and start seeing, some local wood ducks. Yeah. But that's about all that's kind of running around right now. Some local wood ducks and some local mallards.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So it's crazy. It's like I said, it's August, and so it'll be here before we know it, but just patiently waiting at this point, right?
It's only a matter of time. I was going to say, I wish I could have one of those countdown timers in the back behind me. That's just, you can set it to whatever calendar date it is, but it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, dude. All right, so switch into bucks because we just did ducks. What would be your top bow hunting item under $50?
Ooh, one item?
Yep, one.
Okay. Man, under $50, I would probably have to say, for me, I would go all in on buying a good grunt call. One of the grunt calls that can, you can do I feel like I can do a good snort wheeze without one, but one that could do a really good snort wheeze, but one that actually sounds good. There's a lot of grunt calls that are out there. I feel like in situational situations.
Situational situations. What is that?
Where, it's in the moment where I've had a variety of different grunt calls of where all of a sudden you hit it and it sounds like a flat dead duck and you're like, oh, that sucks.
That's
and
great.
Then they look at you and then they're like, nope, not happening. But there's been a couple where I don't know if it's the reeds go bad in them or over time they just get old, of where they kind of lose that fresh tone of where it's just that what's that word for it? Where it's like deep in your chest, where they just have that like grumbly sound where it just sounds real, you know? So I would probably, and they're not cheap. So that's why I was saying, like, I would for sure spend $40 on like a legit grunt call that could last me for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have, I don't even know. It looks like it's got like kind of like by the mouthpiece, it looks like a plastic deer antler. I'm trying to think of which one that is.
Could be like a flambeau, or I'm trying to think.
It's not flambeau, but I can't think. I don't know. I've had the dang thing for years and it's held up. So
I have I can't remember what model it is, but I have one of the Woodhaven calls, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds really good. I can do everything with it, but it just sounds good. And I think there's a difference too. I think the ones that are specifically designed to sound like, actually I have that one. And then I have is it called the Eliminator by that company that's in Rochester?
Extinguisher. That's Illusion.
Extinguisher.
Illusion
that
Outdoors.
one's a really good call too. I think, yeah, I like to have usually 2 or 3, and I'll have a dope bleak can with me too. But if I had to pick one, I'd have one good grunt call. You know,
what's your go-to grunt?
Go-to grunt?
Yeah, like attending, just flat out, just dominant grunt. Like if
it depends.
So
like if I'm blind calling, or if I like see a buck and you know he's obviously, you're not grunting at a buck if he's coming into you. That's like I wouldn't do that. But just say that he's skirting you downwind and he's cruising. I'll hit him just with a 1, 2, just like map, get him to stop, and then see what he does. And then usually if he's acting like he's going to go in, I might hit him with a snort wheeze, and then I might hit him with like a buck growl, and then I'll leave it at that. And it's like, at that point, it's still crazy to me though, that like, and I'm sure ducks are the same exact way, just like turkeys are, where their ears are so good where they will literally find and pinpoint you to your tree. Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, that's what I'd say. I'd probably say a duck call. I think duck call. Grunt call. Well, you know what? That's actually, I bring a turkey call with me in the woods in the fall.
For deer hunting?
Yeah. Like the Hunting Public actually did us a really good video on this, on like trying to sound like other animals. So like sometimes if it's really like noisy and you know, the leaf floor or canopy floor is just really loud, I will try to walk like a turkey. I'll kind of cluck and putt my way through, or otherwise I'll try to sound like a deer or something else rather than a human.
Whatever works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
No.
Well,
that's all I got, man. Nice, quick and easy. Start your Monday off on a good note. Getting ready for buck and duck season.
Yeah. And if you guys listening, like I said, this is the first installation of bucks and ducks for us. We'll be doing this probably until middle of October is my guess, but we'd love to hear from you. If you got any fun segment ideas or questions or concerns, this is kind of a, you know, up in the air. We're just kind of rolling with some questions that we get laid out here for the next couple of weeks, but we'd love to hear from you guys too. And we could definitely mix it up and throw some things in there for you guys that are listening. So fun episode, and we'll just see you next week.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through faith in the great outdoors. We hope today's episode has inspired you to seek God's presence in the wilderness and deepen your connection with nature. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Wild Faith Podcast on your favorite platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll continue to be a part of the Wild Faith Podcast community. We'd also love to hear from our listeners, so please don't hesitate to reach out with your questions, comments, or topic suggestions. You can connect with us on social media or through our website. Your feedback is important to us and helps us improve and tailor our content to better serve you. And always remember, the great outdoors isn't just a playground for hunting and fishing. It's a sanctuary for finding solace and spiritual renewal. As you gear up for that next adventure, I pray you find God's presence in the crackling of a campfire, the thrill of reeling in your catch, or the quiet solitude found in nature. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Wild Faith Podcast. Take care, and God bless.